Priya, it's really clear in these emerging market and developing country contexts what needs to be done, isn't it, to close the gender equality gap in education. Is there a commitment and capital at a government level? Is the policy there as well to make this change, or is it a sad reality that resources continue to be misallocated?
So this is a very important point, the investment in gender, and generally, I guess, also the investment in education. We have long argued that education is one of the most cost-effective ways to empower women, to empower their communities, and also to help us all lead sustainable, gender-responsive, and equitable lives. For a long time, we used to show this one figure of budget like defense spending and how the education sort of financing gap globally could be met by 3 days of military spending. And people used to, say that this is overdone. Why are you keep showing this figure? But I say that the sentiment still holds true, that education is viewed as, no one will argue that education is not important, but the money does not seem to add up. And you see that there are some very basic things in education for girls, like better textbooks, gender-sensitive training, leadership, role modeling, etc.
Yes.
That can really add, it's about a few million and a few billion that could probably add trillions to the global economy.
It's such a key point that you raised, Priya. It just seems to me an uphill struggle when education, health and social development seem to be distant priorities compared to defence spending, as you noted. Is that where the private sector and ESG-minded private sector needs to come in?
So we do recognize that the private sector, especially in some markets in Asia, are interested, and they're funding through corporate social responsibility some innovative projects. There's a lot of philanthropic activity in particular, but we recognize that the amounts are still not significant. The question is, of course, always whether the sort of financing goes to the most marginalized issues that do not have, let's say, a return that is acceptable to the private market.